Hello everybody and welcome to what I'm calling my Magic Show Quickie series. And so this is some quick updates where me and you can kind of talk about some really sweet stuff that's happening in the Magic community. And today, it's Masterpiece time. It is Masterpiece Theater in Magic. We have masterpieces. Oh my god, this is a brand new, basically a brand new rarity. They did this already with Battle for Zendikar and the Expeditions. They did the Expeditions in both Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch, and now they're going to be doing them in Kaladesh. Now, back in the day when that first happened for Battle for Zendikar, I immediately said this is going to happen for every single set. Now, they waited until after Shadows in order to start doing this, but now they're going to do this for every single set. You know why? Because it makes Wizards a bunch of money, and it gives us a bunch of really expensive and awesome cards. So today they announced kind of all the details about it. They're going to be at a higher rarity than a Mythic Rare. They're going to be reprints of existing cards with one exception. There will never be cards appearing in the Masterpiece series that can't be found somewhere else. There will usually include some amount of the cards in the set in which they appear, and then some other cards that are nowhere near the set in which they appear. They will be tied thematically to the world appeared in the block. So what they are describing this set as the Kaladesh inventions, and these inventions will have their own specific card frame. So they're going to be printed in English, and they do appear in non-English products. Every expansion symbol for the Masterpiece series will be block specific and will be the same expansion symbol for the first set that they come out for, and then the second set in that block, they will remain that same set symbol. It's not in Magic Duels, and they're going to be on Magic Online somehow, but they don't say how. So I'm not exactly sure how we're going to see them in Magic Online. That's going to be interesting. And they can be played in any limited format in which you open them. So just like, you could crack the fetch in Battle for Zendikar and play your fetch land in your limited deck, you're going to get some really sweet artifacts if you pull some of these Masterpiece cards. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and start going through them because I just can't. These are some, let me make this clear. This is some of the best, most incredible artwork. These are the most gorgeous Magic cards I've ever seen. Literally the most gorgeous ever. It's unbelievable. Let's begin with the Gear Hulks. Now, the Gear Hulks is the titans of the set, basically. They're 5 or 6 mana. They're all really, really powerful. They're expected to see a bunch of play in Standard. We begin with Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, which, again, includes little people. You gotta include little people. Love the little people. Absolutely fantastic card. It's going to be amazing with Eldrazi Displacer. I mean, it's Tragic Arrogance on a stick. So, that's fantastic. Torrential Gear Hulk, or what we would describe as Fat Caster Mage. So good old Fat Caster, he's able to do some really fantastic stuff. All these being enter the battlefield triggers means that anything that you can blink, for example, they literally put a flicker that's a cantrip in the set. So there's that. Anything that you can do there is just going to give you all this ridiculous value. So the blue one is able to play sorceries and instants. So that card is going to be basically fantastic. And limited, it's going to be amazing because it's not only going to be your top end fatty because it's a 5/6 flash guy out of nowhere. He's also going to be able to rebuy your best removal spell. And of course, in older formats where you're able to reanimate him, maybe you can do even more crazy things. I don't know. Noxious Gear Hulk is next, and this card is absolute value, 100% crazy value. It looks a little weird being a 5/4, only 4 toughness. Making it menace is interesting because that mechanic doesn't show up very often. But it is definitely the Mechrotol, as they say, because Mechrotol is a fantastic nickname for that card. And today, Combustible Gear Hulk showed up, which is the 6 mana 6/6 first strike, and dealing you some amount of damage from the 3 cards that you milled over because they're not going to let you draw cards. Don't be silly. But this is a Punisher mechanic, and they're trying their best every single time to make the Punisher mechanic more and more appealing, but giving your opponent choices is usually never a good thing. And of course, Verdus Gear Hulk is sort of yet another in the Spectral Force line of thinking that a 5 mana 8/8 is really okay. And now the 5 mana 8/8 can be the 1/8, or it can pump your whole team, and we'll see how good that is. Now, all right, fine. The masterpieces, the cards we really want to talk about. Oh my god. Aether Vial is unbelievable. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's perfect in terms of the type of artifact that you chose. The artwork is just, it's perfectly tuned to the block, which is amazing. The frames are incredible. It's perfect. It's exactly what, like the Merfolk decks needed when they want to pimp that stuff out. It's crazy good. Champion's Helm, I had no idea was a $7 card. It was only printed in one commander set, and that's the only place you can find it. So being a cooler, sweeter version, I know it looks a little weird. It looked a little weird to me. I was like, really? Champion's Helm? What? But you can't put like every money card ever, but you can definitely put some good ones. And so it is interesting that it's kind of, it's going to be probably one of the least expensive of these masterpieces, but it's still going to be good. Chromatic Lantern is just custom built for cubes. Every cube wants that thing. It is gorgeous. It is perfect. It is a fantastically awesome first pick in any cube that I've, more or less almost any cube that I've played. And it's beautiful and does exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Chromox is just, I mean, look at the artwork. Look at that. Oh my God, the little details and the filigree and like the sheen right there. It's just, it's so good. Unbelievable. You got Cloudstone Curio. I mean, Chromox, first of all, is a fantastic pick. It costs me a lot of money. It's the most beautiful, gorgeous, pimped out way that you're going to be able to see this. In Modern Affinity, it's going to be, actually I think it's banned in Affinity, or in Modern, never mind. But you're going to be able to see it in, any deck that you'd like to choose it. A Mox is a Mox is a Mox, which means they're all freaking great. Cloudstone Curio, 3 mana, it's like a little piece of earth just right there in the middle. It's fantastic. I can't stand it. Crucible of Worlds, wow. Look at that amazing blue hue. Oh my God. You got to remember that like everything that you're seeing that's copper is actually not quite copper. It's going to be like metallic ink or whatever. Oh my God, these cards are going to be unfreaking believable. I cannot wait to see one in real life. Gauntlet of Power was awesome in Time Spiral. It remains to be awesome. It's a fantastic casual card. I know lots of people who love that card. Hangerback Walker. Oh my God, man, that art is so good. It's so sweet. I love that they chose it. I love that they knew, at least by the time that this was kind of being worked on, I can imagine they knew how good that card was. I mean, and they knew it was fantastic, and it has been fantastic. But yeah, this version is just, I mean, just the little details are so good. Unbelievable. Lightning Greaves, totally sweet. I mean, they're the boots. Why does everybody want the boots? Because the boots are sweet. And boots are in lots and lots of decks. Lots of equipment decks, of course, want them. Great card. Fantastic. Lotus Petal is, oh man. It's like Lotus Petal and Mana Crypt. I'm going to go ahead and bring up both of them. Lotus Petal and Mana Crypt are just together, with their powers combined, are just absolutely beautiful. I can't say gorgeous and beautiful and amazing enough. You're going to hear it a lot. I think we're both feeling it. If you're watching this, you're probably feeling this. Now, I have seen already, just, walking around the coworkers, some people don't necessarily like the frames. Some people are saying they think the frame's kind of ugly. And I'm like, I think you're completely insane because these are freaking gorgeous. The fact, first of all, Mana Crypt Wizards, we got to hold off on the Mana Crypt well for a while, okay? You went to that well a few times now. It's time to hold off because we get it. You want a lot of Mana Crypts. We have Mana Crypts now. It's cool. Mana Vault, however, wow, that is a absolutely gorgeous picture of the cube, the vault itself. I mean, just look at the little details around the side, and the blue glow in the middle is exactly where it needs to be. I mean, look at the blue glow here on Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye is just amazing, unbelievable casual card, one of the best. It's just a fantastic choice. I can't, it's hard to say too many good things because everything about all of these cards is fantastic. You have Mox Opal, which is just gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. You have Painter's Servant. Oh my God, Painter's Servant. I can't, you're killing me. Wizards, what am I supposed to do? Stuff can't be this pretty. It cannot be this pretty. Unreal. Rings of Bright Hearth. Kind of looks like Rings of Bright Hearth with like a little bit more like fiddly, goldy, shiny stuff. Not a lot they could do there, I guess, but like Scroll Rack looks so unreal. Scroll Rack doesn't even look like Scroll Rack. Scroll Rack looks like some weird sort of creation. It isn't really Scroll Rack, but it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Sculpting Steel is beautiful. Absolutely. I mean, you can just see, look how much motion there is in this card. I mean, you can just see it kind of wrapping around, man. It's so sweet. Sol Ring, I thought was the piece de resistance. And we'll get to that here in a minute. Sol Ring is fantastic. Sol Ring is unbelievably gorgeous. I can't, with all the little things and the little details, and they're just so good. I can't. So first of all, whenever anybody opens this up in limited, holy cow, did they win the lottery? Because, geez, that's ridiculous. But man, the fact that this is probably one of the most pimp versions of Sol Ring that exists. There is the Judge Foil, and that's sweet. Don't get me wrong. But man, look at this thing. It's unbelievable. Solemn Simulacrum. it's really cool. It's kind of sweet how subdued it is. It's not trying to be overly flashy. There's not a ton of color in it. You know, he's just he's kind of solemn. I think you'd call him solemn. Static Orb is kind of like the donkey. You know what I mean? Have you ever watched those let's make a deal type shows where they're like, you win a car, you can win a vacation, or you win a donkey, and they play like some silly music, and because you lost, you lose when you open Static Orb. I don't know why Static Orb is in here. Can someone tell me why Static Orb is in here? Comment down below. Steel Overseer is fantastic. Absolutely sweet. It is the pimpest way that you can make your affinity deck look amazing, is to put that guy in it. He's awesome. But the piece de freaking resistance are the swords. Oh my God. The swords are unbelievable. I can't, but I can because I have to, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's cool because one of the things that I want to do with these kind of quickies is that I can kind of give you literally these are my first impressions. I got to see these cards like, I don't know, half an hour ago or something, 45 minutes ago. It's ridiculous. They're so beautiful. I can't stand it. I can't imagine having a more gorgeous version of these swords. You know what I mean? Like this is the pinnacle. This is it. This is the top that they're probably going to make swords again in the future, and that's fine. But man, I don't know if they can beat these because the brilliance, the artwork, the colors are gorgeous. The frames are amazing. Like everything just works, and it works in ways that I was just totally shocked. So okay, so we went over the cards. Let's talk a little bit about some of the issues. Now, first of all, this is a 5th rarity. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. It is a 5th rarity. The pre-order prices for cards in general, because these cards are in those packs, because these cards are in Kaladesh, it is arguable that the standard prices, the standard card prices are going to be much lower because so much more is going to be open. So that's good for us. So when Wizards is like standard is going to be more affordable, ... next point, they can't really say it, but they can say it in that because there's more cards out there, that makes prices more reasonable. So, and then there's a pushback of people who have already pre-ordered and how they may be upset about that. But I mean, that just kind of is what it is. Like we didn't know. Why did Wizards wait on it? Because I think it was a great way to push the hype train, like to just put the hype train in that much high of a gear. And so one thing, I have to have, not everything is perfect. We're Magic players. We're going to find some flaws. Well, there's a flaw in this one. The flaw with the masterpieces is how they doled them out. Why did you not give them to people to spoil? Once you announced that they existed, and then all of a sudden you're like, and you're going to see all of them at 5 o'clock today. And I'm like, what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Magic player. I love that. I want to see spoilers. That's great. Why all at once? Why would you dole out everything else over time? Even at this point, even commons and uncommons, which first of all, Wizards, that's 100% correct. Good job on that. But still, you take the most lauded, the most valuable cards in the set and you just dump them? Like, why didn't you give everybody else a Gear Hulk? Or I would have been happy with just like a Solemn, or I'd have been happy with, Soul Ring would have been unreal. Like any of those things. Like, yeah, I'd have been a little weirded out by Static Orb or whatever, but it's okay because it's new and it's neat and it's beautiful. These things are amazing. So for either revolt, can we not just dump it like a bad date or something? This is awful. We can do better than this. Come on, Wizards. However, the secret of the masterpieces, I'm not sure, I'd love to know, but I think the secret of the masterpieces is that it's going to kill From the Vault. Because why does From the Vault even exist at this point? From the Vault exists so they can take old cards and make a really sweet box set with them with new art and foiling. Everyone hates the foiling. These are able to reprint cards from the past in ways that sell packs, which is what Wizards wants to do. From the Vault's kind of getting old anyway. The latest one was kind of okay, and they've even had some kind of stinkers, and they did their 20th anniversary thing. And so, I think we've come to the point where they're going to kill From the Vault, and everyone's going to be like, all right. The reason From the Vault exists is because it was meant to be a gift to the stores. Yes, MSRP is $40, but no one wants to sell it at that. You can sell it for much higher. So your friendly local game store often just scrimps and saves and just kind of gets by, month to month. And so this is that type of kind of lift up that they get, an extra, couple $100 or whatever, depending on how big the store is or how many they get. And that's great. But now they've put things in packs where people, people want to come and buy packs at your store because the packs have $100 bills in them now. And that's what they're looking to open. And so that's driving sales to the friendly local game store. It may not necessarily be the one-time punch of like, here is some money that's dropped in your lap, but which would you rather have? Would you rather have higher pack sales and more traffic and more people in your store? Or would you rather have this one-time thing that happens once a year and you hope it doesn't suck? Because these masterpieces don't suck. These masterpieces are amazing, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to slow down the hype train. It's not going to slow down the sales. It's not going to do anything negative to anyone's store. And I think everyone's going to be probably pretty glad if From the Vault goes away. So that is my first Magic Show Quickie. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave comments, thoughts, and whatnot below because it is my idea that I would like to bring you guys more content. This is part of it. I'm working on my next Forgotten Lore right now, right in the middle of it. And these quickies are the ability for me to crank out a video as fast as possible, depending on whatever's going on, and to get your guys' thoughts on it. So thanks a lot. Until next time, everybody, this is Evan Irwin, tapping the cards so you don't have to.